Good evening. Starting our meditation in a couple of minutes' time. I hope you're well and had a good day. A good start to the week. We're starting the week with a meditation. We met this morning, some of us at 7 a.m. That meditation is available now to practice if you missed it. On the Mindspace page, where all these Meditate with Adam sessions are, because of the amount of them now, have moved the past sessions to a new page where these sessions have been archived, simply because there's, for it to be functioning, it slows the page down. So if you're wanting to find the upcoming practices, it's the same page on the Mindspace website, but the past practices, there's a link on that page that will take you to a new page where all the previous 84 and counting practices can be found. If you're wanting to either revisit them. Hi Paul, hi Senna, hi Kate, hi Anne, hi Joe, hi Dave. If you're wanting to revisit them or perhaps find out, explore some of the sessions that you missed. Ooh, cheeky Joe. Creative. I like it. As they say, where there's a will, there's a way, which Joe discovered this morning. Finding a creative place to meditate, and hopefully quite quiet, I imagine. Hello, Ryan. Welcome. Yeah, so, in the past probably 30, 40 sessions, the Himalayan style meditations, they are, in a sense, they're going deeper, slightly more subtle. The object of meditation is slightly more subtle. But if you're needing something a little bit more not necessarily easier, but just a little bit more straightforward or immediate effect, then I did do a series of sessions, 21 breaths to ease the mind. And I entitled these as an emergency care package for your mental health. So this was right in the sort of peak of lockdown. So if you're wanting a, handheld a little bit more and just focusing on the breath and using the breath to bring about changes in the body and mind, I encourage you to revisit those. Just simple, very simple practices, but very powerful, in the sense, breathing in. I know I'm breathing in. So we breathe in and we say to ourselves, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. And following on from that, breathing in, inhale. Breathing out, exhale. There's a time and a place for these practices. But now we are moving into this Himalayan style meditation. We're encouraging a vastness. Yeah. And again, I introduced this because liberties, to some degree, we were physically restricted, weren't we? Where we could go and so forth. Now these are opening up, but still. So the Himalayan style meditation is to help get a sense of inner freedom and liberation. So no matter how much our external world is opened up for us, we still have to contend with our inner mind and the workings of our thoughts and so forth. And we're discovering an inner liberation and inner freedom. And this is where we are now. And we use this practice, my body is like a mountain. Yeah, so we're letting go of this fleshy body, this physical body, which we hold so strongly onto, and which was given to us by our mother and father, and we cling so strongly onto it. We let go of the grasping onto it, which immediately we feel relaxed. Part of the underlying nervousness in our psyche is coming because we're grasping so strongly onto our body. My body's like a mountain, my breath is like the wind, and my mind is like the sky. So that's the one. My mind is vast like the sky, and my thoughts, they're clouds passing through the sky of my mind. And we set our intention. Our intention, as I've stated, when we train in meditation, we can practice for ourselves. Nothing wrong with that. You've got to start somewhere. We can practice for our loved one. So we imagine our loved one next to us. Could just be one person, a child, a partner, a parent, a grandparent, friend. Practice for ourselves and them. Oh, we can have more, a group of people, our circle. We say karmic circle, our family. The people we've met in our life, our community. That's great. We're extending it out. You can go even further than that. Or the people in our country. Wonderful. All of these intentions are great. You've got to start somewhere. But we build up the intention, then we go beyond the country, the border, because it's just a name, really, isn't it? Our country is made up. All the borders that we put in the world, they're just man-made, and we hold so strongly onto our identity, don't we, who we think we are. But with our compassion, we go beyond borders, and we reach out across the world, and we recognize all human beings. We all wish to be happy and to be free from suffering, and we acknowledge that, and we extend our heart out to all the people across the world. And that is our compassion. Our compassion is saying, I'm training in meditation to bring about a reduction in suffering in everybody's life. How wonderful if everybody could be free from suffering. This compassion is the key to expanding our meditations, and it adds great sunlight and positivity to our meditations, and it is the way to ripen what is often known as Buddha nature. So according to the Buddhist tradition, everybody has the Buddha nature, has the potential to become enlightened. What is enlightened? It is a mind that is free from confusion, free from mistaken appearance, full of wisdom light, inner light of wisdom. We all have this potential to be awake. Although we woke up this morning physically, mentally, we're potentially still asleep, still bumping into things, walking around thinking that everything is real, thinking that we're not abiding in a dream, still experiencing suffering, still experiencing confusion, still getting angry and annoyed and so forth. But we can overcome these issues and gradually become enlightened. We have this potential, which is wonderful. Whoever we are, whatever we've done, whatever we look like, whatever is the condition of our bank balance, we all have the potential to be enlightened. We share this, and this is quite extraordinary. We start off by identifying with our own potential. Buddha nature, it's like a seed. Yeah. We visualize this seed, don't we? One way of interpreting that seed is it's our nature, our potential to become enlightened. We have this extraordinary potential, and meditating on compassion is the way to ripen it. It is the direct way to ripen it. You can do lots of meditations, but the meditation on compassion is the way to ripen our potential to become enlightened. This is what really helps us to become a full human being and overcome all our problems. But the great thing about compassion, we know what it is. It's not something new. We have compassion. It comes naturally. Yeah. And we can train in it. Animals have compassion. Yeah, you can see how animals protect their young and so forth. They look after them. That is compassion in action. We can see it. We can see it in humans. Fortunately, we have the potential to train in compassion and to increase it. Not just to have it now and again, for those who are very close to us, but to have it for everybody continuously running through our system all the time, compassion. So it can start to influence our actions. Everybody has compassion, and many people act on their compassion and make decisions based on compassion. Like at the beginning of their lives, when they're considering what work to do, they think, I want to make a difference, I want to help people, therefore I'll go into this field of work. And they're partly motivated by compassion. Many, many times you see this happening. But one of the issues is we encounter problems. Yeah, we maybe want to help people, but then we find the channel through which we're trying to help people is obstructed. Maybe through some bureaucracy or the management structure, whatever it is. And then we start getting frustrated, and our compassion can dry up. So the initial enthusiasm we have dries up. And then we can just think, well, it's just easier just to work for myself, look after myself. Or we can try and help people, and we give them a lot of time and energy, and we feel we're getting nothing back. Or we just have what they call compassion fatigue, where so much suffering in the world, isn't there? We see every day suffering on many levels, manifest suffering. The main suffering we see, many, many different ways of suffering that we're seeing all the time. But if we're not careful, it's just numbers. And we just hear the suffering. We watch something on the news and think, oh, what's for dinner? We hear about some terrible suffering, but then just sidetracked. The mind can dry up, which is a shame, because we need to keep the flame of compassion alive by meditating on it. And we are doing that. I'm talking about it a bit more tonight, but we have been doing that. We've been setting this compassionate intention right from the first meditation. Yeah. But it's important to appreciate this is the key to opening up all our good qualities and potential. Yeah. How wonderful if everyone was free from suffering like that. So we're ripening. It's like we're watering the seed, ripening it. And then as we are meditating, my body is like a mountain. My breath is like the wind. My mind is like the sky. We still have that compassion there. That's why we're meditating. We're not just meditating for ourselves. This is where our meditation will start to take off. When you first start meditating, of course, we want to meditate for ourselves. Yeah, we want to solve our daily problems. The swiftest way to do that is to have compassion. We turn everything around. And the great thing about, as I say, these meditations, we're not practicing in isolation. We are gaining the energy. It's like we're filling up the car, the tank, the petrol tank in these meditations. So we can then take the car out and drive it around and help people. Yeah. We're not just filling up the tank of our car and then just leaving it in the petrol station. which is the equivalent of doing this meditation and then just forgetting about it. We need to take the car out and help people, like go out and physically, verbally, and mentally help as many people as we possibly can. You know. So let's begin with our meditation. We start by taking 5 long inhalations, deep inhalation, holding the breath, and breathing out. Deep inhalation, 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 and breathing out. When we set our compassionate intention, we can include as many people as we wish, starting with ourselves and our future self. Why we're meditating, why we're doing this. We can include our loved ones that are closest to us, imagining them next to us, bringing to mind that heartfelt feeling that we have for them. We're practicing for them. We can include more people, remembering our community, all the people in our community that we know, we see, remembering how they experience difficulties every day. And if we wish, we can include everyone across the whole world. Global compassion, how wonderful. In our heart we feel everyone could be free from their suffering. This intention of meditation waters, ripens our potential to become enlightened. Ripens all our good qualities. So when we meditate on compassion, we try to allow this emotion to arise in our heart. And then it's almost as though we become this emotion. Our whole being, our whole experience is compassion. In our heart, we extend our compassion. We can think about all the people who right now are experiencing suffering, physical, mental. And with this compassion, we now meditate on our mind. My body, like a mountain. My breath, like the wind. And my mind, like the sky. And we sit and watch the mind, the play of the mind. Not too seriously, just resting, relaxing, enjoying. Gaining a clear image of our mind, formless, like space, located at our heart. And throughout the meditation, we remember our intention, why we are meditating. This helps to add to the vastness and gives our practice great meaning. My body like a mountain. My breath like the wind. And my mind like the sky, like the vast blue sky. Not a single boundary, clear and unobstructed. And the thoughts, the memories, the fears, the worries, these are just clouds. Yes, they're there, but they're not who we are. And as our session begins to conclude, remembering our compassion for everybody, we dedicate the good energy from our meditation, so everyone can find freedom from their suffering, and we ourselves can grow and develop this incredible mind of compassion. Okay, thank you very much. When you're ready, please bring your session to a close. We have filled up the tank of our compassion. Now we drive off into our life and practice it. Going back to the compassion fatigue, which is so prevalent. Maybe we've had it ourselves. That often comes because maybe we didn't meditate at that time. We had a good heart and we wanted to act on it, but we had no way to top it up. It's like driving around in a car without filling up the tank. You buy it, you get the car, and they've filled up the tank for you. You've got that initial supply, but eventually it's going to run out and the car's just going to simply stop, and then you have to push it. And that takes a lot of effort, doesn't it? We've been going in a particular direction with our compassion, but it burns out. Partly because we didn't take time for ourselves, to look after ourselves, to have the strength to be able to help others. It's fantastic having a wish and an intention to help others, but if we don't have the energy and the power, because we've burnt out through trying to help others, indirectly, we're not helping them. Yeah. Taking care of ourselves with compassion is helping others. And we need to look after ourselves if we want to have the stamina to be able to keep acting on our compassion. Look after our physical health, rest, sleep well, physically exercise, keep our immune system strong and so forth. And then look after our mind by engaging in meditation. And if we are interested in cultivating compassion and doing compassionate work and helping others, and really passionate about that, to meditate on compassion and to keep topping it up. And then we can be energized by that through the day. Thanks for taking the time out this evening. I appreciate it. We'll be here in around 12 hours time for tomorrow's Meditate with Adam 86. That'll be at 8 a.m. Tuesday morning. I wish you a pleasant rest of the day, wherever you are, and bye for now.